Hey guys, we are back for another video. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell so you are notified when videos are uploaded. Also, hit the thumbs up if you are enjoying the content. And as always, let me know what you guys think in the comments. So I actually have a new update to report with regards to this Jeezy and Jeannie Mai situation. I'm not sure why I am finding so many videos about her that I just never saw before. I'm sure it's because they've been trending for the last couple of days. So let's jump right in, guys. But I do have some very important information to share with you all. So hold on. We're going to look at a video snippet of Jeannie Mai, and it's going to shock you because it contradicts a few videos that I've done on this because I was trying to give Jeannie Mai the benefit of the doubt. I actually went back and started doing some research, and she tricked me as well. But I'm going to go ahead and play the video and let you guys see it for yourselves. Because if I told you this, you probably wouldn't believe me. So let's just jump right in, guys, and we'll come back in a second.
Hi, Boo. Hi.
I am over the moon for you.
Yeah,
I really am. So there's a school of thought that when you get with somebody, they're supposed to love you for who you are. And you're not supposed to change for love.
Yeah.
Because love is about acceptance. And if you have to change for love, then it's not the right person for you.
Right.
But you changed a lot.
A lot. I don't agree with that school of thought because I don't expect somebody to change for me, but I want them to grow and to become better versions of themselves for them. Like the person who, my favorite quality in a person that I think is so attractive is self-awareness. I love when someone's self-aware to be like, you know what? That was kind of narcissistic of me, or that was kind of selfish of me, or that, and then whatever you see when you call that out, do what you got to do in order to kind of grow out of that, or stop, or draw a boundary between you and that person. For example, I have a really hot temper. Not a lot of people know this, but it's just something in my family. I've seen it in my grandmother. Saw it in my grandfather, to my grandmother, to my mom, to my aunts, to me, right? But I didn't notice it in myself until I was with Jeezy.
Interesting. You didn't notice in your previous marriage?
No, because it has to do with the type of relationship you have and the type of respect you have for that person to mirror things back to you where you actually would stop you in your tracks and evaluate yourself, you know?
So you had it.
So I had it, but nobody ever called me out on it. Also, in my line of work, sometimes being a boss isn't so great for you because you have a lot of people who just agree to what you want. They're yes men, right? And so I didn't notice that I had a hot temper until I got with Jeezy. And here's a person who is my equal and I really respect. And when I would spew some of my old habits, and he was like, like, who? That's not flying here. And also, it would trigger him to come back at me with things where I was like, who the fuck do you think you are? But I was triggering him. So through work, we learned that we both have certain habits that to the everyday person, from friends, family, fans, they'll never see it. But to the person who loves us deep enough, you can press that button and boom, the dragon comes out. And we both have it. So we had to work on that. But he never told me to fix my temper. I just saw it and I thought, unless I want to stay in this place where I lose this person I love and I stay in my comfort zone of doing what I want to do and function the way I have for the last 40 years when nobody else had to stop me.
Which obviously has done quite well for you.
Right, I could have. But this was something greater that I wanted, and also a great challenge to myself to say, what if, now that I know it exists and the dragon's there, what if I got rid of that? How do I kill that dragon or store it in its place so that it never creates havoc in my life? And that took work. So for me, I think I don't want somebody who doesn't change. I want you to change and grow. If it means growing into an even better version of what I fell in love with.
There is this theory, it's called the self-expansion theory, and it essentially says that humans are unique to other animals in that rather than just needing the basics of food, water, shelter, safety, belonging, we also need achievement. And that's what makes us different. So we are just as driven to find somewhere safe to sleep at night as we are to get up in the morning and strive for something.
Yes.
So when we're in a relationship, it's an opportunity for achievement because you can learn something else. You see the world broader. You have a new circle. That. So
when you're in a relationship, it's an opportunity for achievement.
Yes.
That is why I'm in my relationship. You just nailed it right there. What's that thing called again?
Self-expansion theory.
I'm all about the SET. That is, yes, that is me.
Okay, guys, let's jump right in. I have a few things to cover, so I'm going to try to get through this as quickly as possible. And then I have to show you the documents that was filed by Jeannie Mai. So let me just get through this. Okay, this video was so problematic for me because I really thought that I was on the right road to what initially happened. But right now, I am back to where I originally thought. And I don't know if you guys had the opportunity to check out a video that I posted with regards to this situation. If you have not, please go ahead and check that video out. It's called Friends Confirm the Relationship Became Toxic. So now I'm going back that way. So here's the thing. She admitted that she had a hot temper. And she stated that it was within her family and with a lot of her relatives. So we understand how that works because, again, we are generally like our family or whoever raised us. Obviously, we can get therapy, we can change things in our lives, but generally that is who we become. But the issue here is when I went back and I watched videos, of Jeannie Mai, just trying to be familiar with her and trying to understand who she was, she mentioned that she had been to therapy, but then she did not know that she had anger issues, which was, I didn't understand that because I'm in therapy as well. And I haven't even been in therapy that long. And I've learned so much about myself. So considering that her family had a history of anger, she didn't know that she had it. I was like shaking my head like that doesn't make sense. I can watch her mom and tell that her mother has a hot temper. So even if nobody else in her family had the hot temper, she knew that her mother had it. So automatically, it would be, it could definitely be passed on to her. She then stated she did not notice it until Jeezy pointed it out to her, which means that she got married, everything was going fine, and somehow that temper stirred up and he had to point it out to her. Again, if he had to point it out to you, what actually happened, right? What went down? She mentioned that in that situation that something occurred between her and Jeezy, and he had basically called it out. She also mentioned that in her line of work, obviously, she said she's a boss, so a lot of people that's around her, and these are her words, are pretty much yes man, and they don't really call out much. They just pretty much do whatever, they need to do without calling out issues. So the troubling part about Jeezy calling out her issue um, is when she stated that whatever it was in the relationship that he had to basically tell her no. So he cut it off and basically checked it at the door. So what that would indicate to me is she was being disrespectful because she said that what she was doing triggered something in him. So that means she was doing something that was triggering to him, which means she was out of line, which forced him to maybe get a tad bit out of line. So what she then said, which made me like, I had to like cover my whole face up. Like, did she just say this? So she was saying, and I'm going to use her words. She said that she asked him, who the fuck do you think you are? And now that's unbelievable because, again, given the research that I have done and all of the videos I looked up on her, I would have never thought that she would have said that. which is odd because my initial reaction was like, yep, this girl has an attitude. She is putting on this front. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm not going to say she has an attitude, but what I am going to say, outspoken people can get mouthy. I'm just telling you because I'm one of them. Outspoken people usually can speak their piece. And what I'm getting from her and her mother, I can see how her mom is. So I know that that would have to be in her unless she has some type of therapy. But when this woman said she asked him, who the fuck did he think he was? I was like, oh no, this is not going to work. Because let me just tell you something. I mean, yeah, I don't know if you should be saying that to your husband. I don't know exactly what the conversation was about, but that would be so very disrespectful. Um, so I can see where that will be a problem. Um, this video was so troublesome to me. I was like, oh my God, I feel like I don't know anything about this lady because if she talks like this, she fooled me. So I really believe the person that he married was not the person that he got. And not saying that she's a terrible person, but again, they married so quickly, they didn't get a chance to really know each other. So I don't know. There could be a lot of things that she didn't like about him, but the fact of the matter is he filed. So he was like, hey, I cannot, I'm not going to, go on with this marriage. The other part of this that was a little bit problematic for me was the interviewer was speaking about, relationships. And then at some point, she almost seemed like she didn't even know why her marriage was important. And let me just tell you why. The interviewer was speaking of the self-expansion theory. And she stated that the self-expansion theory, let me make sure I have this right. Self-expansion stated that. Okay. She stated that the self-expansion theory was when in a relationship, it would be an opportunity for some sort of achievement. And then right away, Jeannie Mai said, yes, that's me. That's what I wanted in my relationship. So that kind of threw me for a loop because I'm like, if you are going to get married, I would think that I would know why I got married, to have someone to explain to me what the heck this particular theory is, which is the self-expansion theory, and then say, yes, that's me. That is exactly why I got married. So that was very problematic for me as well. Okay, guys, so let's jump into what I actually did the video about, because it is getting ugly with regards to this divorce, and Jeannie Mai has filed new documents and she's contesting this divorce. So let's just jump right into it. So guys, this is the home. This is the home that they share in Atlanta. And I'll show you guys the documents. I believe I blotted out the address. I'm going to have to make sure. So this is the home. I could not find pictures of the inside. And the reason why is because Jeezy had this home built. So obviously there's no pictures of the inside. But this is going to be considered marital property in the state of Georgia. Because they lived in the property, this would be considered marital property. I wanted to bring this property up because I know Jeannie Mai had a previous divorce, and in that divorce she was allowed to keep the property. So we don't know what's going to happen with this particular property. I do know that Jeezy states that he buys a bunch of different properties. Now, I know they have a prenup, but this property is definitely going to be one that they're going to have to kind of figure out. And it's because it's considered marital property because they actually lived in it. So let's get into. Okay, guys, back. I actually had to stop the video because I realized one of the documents actually had the address. Now, this is public record. I could actually show their address. I mean, it's public record, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, so let's get into this document here, guys. You probably saw this already. This is what was filed. in the Fulton County Court. You guys already know this. This is going to go really quickly. So this is the document that was filed by the petitioner. We already know who the petitioner is, and it was filed on the 27th. I'm sorry, they were married on March 27th, 2021. And that's what this document says. He also says that the marriage is broken. It's broken. I don't think I have that here because it had the address and I actually had to take it off the screen. So I'm going to just read it to you. Basically says that the marriage cannot be put together. They say, he says in his petition that there is a child and that the child resides at the address. And that's why I removed that document off there. We don't want to be giving out people's address, although it is public information and you guys can get this document just like I did. So basically, what it is saying, let me go to page 3. I think you guys can see it on here. So this is page 3. Okay, so basically what it's stating on this particular page, it says that the parties entered into a prenup agreement dated March 26, 2021. Okay, March 26, 2021 is when they entered into the prenup agreement, which, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, they entered into the prenup one day before the marriage. Jeannie Mai can definitely contest this, which she already is. And one of the things she can say is that she actually did the prenup under duress. Like, it was done a day before the wedding. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen, or I don't know why she's actually contesting it, but I can tell you, signing this one day before you get married could be a issue. Now, I'm not saying it will. I'm just basically letting you guys know. So basically, we know that there is a prenup in force, and it was dated March 26, 2021. That was duly signed and executed by the petitioner and the respondent on that date, which resolves all financial issues, issues incident to this divorce. It says the prenup agreement should be enforced and the terms should be set forth, made the final order in this court. So make it, to be the final order. It says there should be a division of assets and debts between the parties, basically consistent with the prenup. Petitioner, which is Jeezy, should be awarded his separate non-marital property. He has a lot of rental or properties that he owns, I guess. And it says, in all appreciation as set forth in and consistent with the prenup. So somewhere, I guess, in the prenup, he's saying, if they get a divorce, he keeping everything he came in here with. Okay, let's keep moving on. Let's see here. Do I have it on the screen? I don't know what page I'm on. I'm just going to keep reading. So let's jump down to, I don't know. I'm on page 4. I don't know if that's on the screen. It's kind of hard to follow. But anyways, with regards to this divorce proceeding, this is what he has in the filing, that the parties be awarded joint legal custody of the child on a temporary and permanent basis, and that the final decision making be determined by the court in accordance with the child's best interests, that the parties share joint physical custody of the child with the specific parenting time being determined by the court in accordance with the child's best interests. The child support for the child support for the support, maintenance, and education of the child be determined by the court consistent with Georgia law. Let me make sure you guys understand something. He's asking for joint legal custody because depending on the way that arrangement works, it would lessen his child support. Now, I know Jeannie Mai is, she has a house in California. In Georgia, when they award child support, they do not award those ridiculous amount. They actually award reasonable amounts, and they don't care if the daddy is making $10 million. You will not get $200,000 a month. It's not happening in the state of Georgia. So that is why he is citing that he wants it to be consistent with Georgia law, because if she decides that she wants to move in LA, it would not be based on LA. I'm telling you right now. Another thing which is concerning is that Jeezy has other children, and I'm just wondering why he never got joint legal custody of those kids. I'm just saying. We just going through this, right? So let's see. So that is pretty much it for this particular thing, but y'all, well, I'm sure you guys saw this. Let's get to this last document. Then I'm going to show you the one that I really wanted to show you. This is a telling story right here. This is dated on June 15th, 2023. So let me just explain to you what that means. That means he started this as early as we can see, June 15th, 2023. He didn't file it yet. So that means this was on his brain and he was thinking about it to the point where he went and got an attorney and started the process. That's what it means. And it's a whole lot of stuff that happened between them from June to now. So I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. But this is where it just got real, y'all, right here. Y'all see that? I know y'all can read. Y'all smart. What does that say? Divorce contested. Jeannie Mai is not playing no games. She is contesting this divorce. So I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know. People are saying she's feeling blindsided. People are saying that she's feeling embarrassed. We know she has that temper, honey, but look, you guys see it on the screen. I had to come with the receipts because I'm tired of the crazies in my comments. It's contested. She is contesting this divorce. And for all of the ones who think they know everything, because I know you'll be in the comments, I'm going to go here and tell you guys what is a contested divorce, because you need to know this. I'm just going to go to Google. Just give me a moment. I should have put that on the screen, but I didn't really think about it. Let's give me a moment. Let's see what that means in the state of Georgia. Okay, so a contested divorce in Georgia. Okay, so a contested divorce is a lawsuit like any other. So basically, he is suing to get out of the marriage. She is suing to, let's see. A contested divorce is a lawsuit like any other. The process involves pleadings, complaint, and answer, discovery motions, often a temporary hearing, mediation, and a potential trial. Domestic trials are usually before the judge. How long does a contested divorce take in Georgia? It is possible to get a divorce in Georgia in as little as 31 days. The reality for an uncontested divorce in Georgia is 6 months to 1 year. That's if it's not contested, from the filing to receiving the final divorce decree. So basically, a contested divorce is where parties cannot reach an agreement on whether to get a divorce or settle on the terms and details of the dissolution. So obviously, Jeezy filed the paperwork. He wants to get a divorce. Jeannie Mai is like, hold on. Let's see if we can settle this. Let's see if we can work this out. So, hey, I just wanted to bring the receipts to let y'all know that it got ugly fast. So that brings me to my conclusion. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. I don't know what else to say anymore. Again, I have found out some very concerning things about Jeannie Mai. And let me just say this. I'm not saying that she's a bad person. That's not what I'm saying. We know Jeezy got now finna have 3 baby mamas. So I'm not saying that he's perfect by long shot. But what I am saying is the person that Jeannie Mai has painted to the world is clearly not who she is. What I can say about Jeezy is I believe we know exactly who he is. I think he has made it quite clear that he doesn't like Black women. I mean, we knew that. But what I'm saying about Jeannie Mai is I believe that who we thought we got is not who she really is. And I think that was a problem for her marriage as well, as her family staying with her and her husband. So you guys let me know what y'all think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And be nice in the comments again, guys. I don't like to block people, but I will because I really don't have time for negativity. Well, I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.